One more Spiff here, and today I'm feeling kind of blue. Because here's my review of the Astray Blue Frame D. Gundam Astray Blue Frame D. A variant of the Blue Frame from the manga series Gundam Astray. Now, if you guys don't know or are unaware, Gundam Astray is the side story manga that goes with Gundam Seed. Gundam Seed Astray was very important because as Seed and Seed Destiny were airing, not only would these mangas tell you its own unique story, but it would tell you things about Seed as it was going on. Maybe details that happened off camera or weren't explained fully in the TV show, such as how Kira survived the Aegis explosion, which I still think is somewhat bullshit, but he survived it. Think 15 years after the original airing of Seed, and Astray is still going on. There's been so many different versions. Seed Astray, Seed Destiny Astray, Seed versus Astray, Astray R, Astray B. Oh my god, there's so many different versions and it's still going on. And to see how many model kits we've gotten out of it shows how popular it is. But it is a shame that we've only gotten 5-minute clips of each of them, which is sad. But anyway, here is the modded version of the Blue Frame from the manga Gundam Seed Destiny Astray B. Okay, so you're going to be getting a wee bit of a cluster here, but just hold on. All the parts that you're going to be getting here make up about 4 different kits. You're going to get runners from the original Blue Frame 2nd L release. You're going to be getting parts from the Red Frame Kai. You're going to be getting parts that are exclusive to this version of the Blue Frame. And you're going to be getting parts from the L Strike Gundam Remaster. Since this kit uses an L Striker pack, Bandai decided with some slight modifications that they would just rip off from L Strike Remastered, which was pretty good. The blue that you're seeing looks very vibrant, but actually it's a tad bit darker when you see it in real life. Otherwise, you get a decent amount of color separation, and you're going to get a few foil stickers, but to be honest, you're not really going to need anything outside of the eyes. It's very straightforward, and you should be able, what little detail you have to with the paint. All built up and unarmed, and now you have the Master Grade Blue Frame D. Now, unfortunately, I can't say whether or not it matches to an anime model because there is no animated model of this. However, I will say that based on the art book from the manga, the book, and the instruction manual, and all the artwork that I've seen, that this is a very standard release of the Blue Frame. It looks very good, and it matches up pretty well. However, if you want to get full accuracy, you're going to need to do some painting in the hands. Otherwise, this looks very good. I wish there was more color separation. I wish there was more 2 tones of blue, but this is what we got. That's the design. So with that in mind, how about we open up and look at some articulation and see how it moves. Okay, we're going to start with the head. It can go up and down, and it has a bit of a hinge in the bottom. And can go 360, but be somewhat mindful of the collars. Otherwise, you should be able to do 360 with little to no problem. The arm can go about that high, which is pretty good. And you get a little bit of 2 joints in the arm, not only in the arm, but in the shoulder itself. So you can get some real good movement out of it. And it can turn 360 absolutely with no problem. Arm, not only do you get double jointed elbows, but you get a jointed wrist as well. So nice bending forward and backwards. The waist is one of the best waists out there with some movement and side to side that is beautiful and very sturdy at the same time. Side skirts move, but they don't really move that much, like up and down. But you can move the back skirt, no problem. The leg is one of the best legs that I've ever seen on a Gunpla kit. and one of the most beautiful double jointed knees with shifting armor out there, as well as you get some really steady and movable ankles. This is one of the best articulated kits that I've built on a Gunpla kit. However, some parts can get loose sometimes when you pose it, but I think that's fairly normal with the Astrays. Now, while the red frame had the katanas, guess what the blue frame or this version comes with? You get swords. Lots and lots of swords. And you get to see how each one works with this kit. First of all, you're going to get these small little daggers that remind me of the strike daggers from the Strike Gundam Remaster. And these are going to go on the head. You're going to get two little slots that go in the back of each dagger and they fit in the head perfectly. But they can get a little too difficult to pull out sometimes. Next, you're going to get these slightly bigger daggers that go on the shoulders. These, again, are almost just like the ones on the head, and they look pretty good. Again, they have little slits in the back that you can put on, and these work a little bit better more than the head daggers on this kit. I think it looks good, and you can start to see the overall look of the Blue Frame D start to come to fruition here. Next, you're going to get a little bit of a gun blade. There's a little bit of a cannon on the back of the Astray's arms. You can use this both as a gun and a sword. When you're not using either or, you can use them in the back of the Astray's elbows. And finally, the last bit of blades are these two big daggers that hold up on each side of the hand. You're going to use the tabs to hold them. Though, in here, I'm cheating a little bit. I don't even have to use the tabs to hold them. That's how well these kits hold them. And these little big daggers go on the side skirts. They fit in through a slot, and they work really good. Those are all the individual swords that come with the Blue Frame D. And they work very well, not only aesthetically, but in terms of functionality as well. Next, in the Blue Frame, you're going to get the L Striker Pack, which is almost exactly the same as L Strike Remaster, but in Astray Blue colors, and a few brand new pieces here or there. It also comes with two extra swords and daggers that are on the top where it would be on the beam saber hilts. Now, when you attach the L Striker Pack, he can stand, but you gotta really cheat in order to attain the look without him falling down back on himself. However, thankfully for us, this kit comes with an action base, coming with the kit and an adapter that works very well. And when you combine all the swords together, you get these big giant blades that get attached to the forearms of the Blue Frame. And they look amazing. They remind me of the swords and the stab weapons that are used in Assassin's Creed. They look really well, and they function pretty good too. They can be a little hefty to move around, but they have great detail, and if you're patient enough, you can get some great posability out of this. This is one of the best weapons to come out of the Blue Frame. So, we have what I think is a very phenomenal kit, but does it really work? And the answer I'm going to say is yes, it does work. Gundam Astray, or just the Astrays in general, have one of the best pulsability and articulation that I've seen in Master Grade Gundam kits. You can't go wrong with either or, whether it's the Blue Frame or the Red Frame. Again, there is a little bit of painting that you're going to have to do here, mainly with the hands and one of the longer blades on the shoulders. Unfortunately, they come with stickers with the swords, and with the hands, you're out of luck. You're expected to paint them on them. Thankfully, the details on them are rose, so you can be able to use a Gundam marker or a paintbrush to fix it. The swords, when you combine them all, have a great, big, menacing look, and it's almost the total opposite of the Red Frame, where he has the two katanas. This one has just two big blades that are just filled with weapons. This thing could be guns or just knives, daggers, a real sword. The Blue Frame D is made for almost any type of situation, and it's really shown with the Blue Frame. I kind of hope going forward that we might get more new versions of the Blue or the Red Frame. Please, can we get the Gold Frame, the Master Grade? And I don't just mean the plain old Master Grade Blue Frame that they're selling at Gundam Front Tokyo. I want a real, regular release of the gold frame that we all know. This is a really good kit, and again, I have to give it a lot of praise. It works very well. You can't go wrong with it. It's more than, you know, it doesn't go any more than about $40, so it's gonna not hurt your pocket that badly. And if you're a fan of Astray, or even Seed, I would highly suggest getting this game. This is Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!